Okay, hi everybody, come on in. Major operation day. So I love this pot, and Jack, it was the bottom of a heater that broke. It's plastic. The base is at the top, the bottom as it went up to the heater is at the bottom. And it's been very good and they've been happy until I have noticed the bottom leaves, too many going yellow too fast, just not looking happy. And all the orchids flowered last year for about 5 months. These two didn't do as well as they were doing previous years. So I want to take them out. It's going to be a big job. There's roots all down and those are looking healthy, but I just can't figure out why they are suffering unless they just don't like being together. I don't like to say that, but they don't have a lot of space for the size of them. But let's just look, because it's been bothering me and I do want to get it done before the flowering season. So let's really get at this big job. So I think the first thing, I think I should just roll up my sleeves. There we go. Okay, and I think I should put some warm water in there to start with, to soften up the roots a little bit. I don't think they're going to be stuck to this pot. I'm hoping not, but I don't know. I have a pot for each of them. I'm going to put them both in a different pot. So the first thing is, I think I will have to just turn it on its side and let a lot of this come out. I was gonna, like, do I do this in bits and pieces, or? One thing about bark, and with my traffic cones, where some of them are behind me, I can just shake the bark out, not disturb them, and put them back in. Now a lot of these roots are aerial roots, and yes, I do love to leave aerial roots that are out, and ones that are in. This isn't going to happen. I may have to go back into the pots and check them in a few months. I've got roots going in and out of many holes. There. That one was going. So why they're not happy, that's still usable. Okay, so I did put the plug in the sink so that all this bark doesn't go down. We went garage selling this morning. Very few, like there has been no garage sales. I think it's just the fire and everything. I think I did put a separator in here, and I can't feel anything stuck as yet, other than the orchids themselves. Still coming out. I knew it was going to be a fun job, but okay, we're just gonna. Now we're just slow down a little bit and pull the little baby roots out of there, where that one is coming from the other orchid. Oops. I don't know. The oops was the separator I got in here. Okay, I'm just going to turn it on its side and just pull some of these roots. Now this one is stuck to the inside for some reason. We'll just slide it. I definitely will treat this like an orchid that I just repotted and it was new to me, and I will be checking the pot periodically that it's going into, because it's gonna, this one root broke. I hate breaking roots and I hate stuck roots, but I do find this necessary. coming. Some's coming. I think some will break in there. So we're getting there. I could shut this off and do it, but I want you to see it. I want you to see everything. Okay, now this root's coming in one hole, going out another. I'm not sure. One end. I do not like it. I like it when roots stick and you have to take them off. And there are some stuck that we're just going to lose, I think. I think it's a good thing to do it, and they may take a little shock because of the roots, but ooh, what a tangled web we weave. That's what it reminds me of. It looks like a tangled web. There's one stuck. I'll just slide it sideways. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Slowly. Some roots are coming out one hole and going in another. It's got enough roots that I still think it will suffer. I don't like having to peel roots off of the side of a pot, but we're going to do it today because of this. I'm not putting them back in this pot. It's been a beautiful pot, but we'll reuse for something else. It takes up a lot of space. It was beautiful, but I seem to be running out of space. Okay, we're getting there. We're losing some roots, but there is lots of roots. If I can get one of them out, it would be nice. Okay. Okay, they're going to get nice new homes. Okay, now we're down at the bottom. Reach way down in there, and we'll just tidy them up as best we can. Okay, here we come. See if I can get both of them. See what's holding. Yes. I really didn't think they'd stick to this pot like that, but they are. I lost about 3 or 4 for sure. Maybe more. We'll see when we get the pot out. We're just about there. Yeah, some of them are going to get trimmed for sure. Okay, there's the pot. Inside we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and some in the bottom. Stuck roots I had to break off. Yes. Okay, onward. Let's see what we got here. Let's get them into their own pots. And they also are stuck to the separator. There. Okay, here's one. We're going to clean it up. We're going to untangle it. See what we got here. They have been in this pot, and I didn't go back and see how many years, but they have been in a long time. There's an old dead root. Oh boy, I'm glad I went in here to do this. That is one long root. Hold on here. That's one long root. There's a straggler that can come off. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think is the aerial roots is these roots are doing good, but they could be doing better. And I think that some of the older roots have not done well in this pot. Not like when I usually do a repot. So I was right. It had to be done. So I know there's some in here that are definitely wrong. So, you know, sometimes you try something, you put 2 in a pot, and I have some in smaller pots with more air, and they're doing better. But this one was not doing good. It did go downhill, and I think we have, that's one root. Okay, we are cleaning it up. This is an old orchid. This has been around a long time with me. There's a piece I'll take off. I'm going to come around and get this in closer, and then we'll have a look at the other one. That's one thing, it's just something about it, they weren't happy. So here we are inside. So that's just bark. You can see the old, the center stem there. But they were flowering really good for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I noticed it going downhill. And that's why you pay attention to your orchids. But it's not, there's lots of roots. The last leaves, this is a new leaf, is healthy, and this one, and the 2 before that aren't bad, but as you can see, it had lost one earlier. I pulled off. It was right there, and I like to clean that up and not leave it there, and because debris can get in there, and bugs, and here I have my little scissors. There. I don't think I need the scissors, but I should get my little pliers and pull that out of there if it comes. Okay, let's check for these ones. These big old ones, they're fine. They're not soft, they're firm. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. Look at this root. You know, that is one long root. And I don't like, you know, it lost enough. I'm not cutting anything off. We'll go back and check it when we're ready, but let's have a look at the other one. I had an old neighbor, Henry. I used to always repeat what he said. Things can always be worse. You know? Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. Okay, that was my separator between the 2 pots. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, I'm going to bring this around so you can see that in the center of the pot, I want you to see this one too. We know what we got, and then we'll be able to get them in their new pots. What we got, now I deal with it. Yes, I'm not going to use that pot again. I was thinking of putting one back in. So here we are, the same exact thing. 2 good leaves, and these they could lose. So the roots are mostly good. They're firm, but in here, look at this, this is how old this orchid is. It has been around a long time in my house. So let's, and I didn't want to lose it. So in here, firm, firm, firm. What's this? Oh, this one's no good for some reason. But there's still lots of good root growth. down here. Oh, this was sitting somewhere soggy. This is not good. Okay. The rest feel firm. So I think what we'll do, we'll have a look at this side. I'm feeling right in. These are all firm. I'm afraid this one got broke. And this one, I'm going to leave that. It's healthy. It just lost its outside vellum. Okay, we have 2 orchids. Now, we have to decide which pot, which goes in which. Now, I want to share with you, as you know, I've been using glass vases lately. And what got me going, and it's not watercolor, they're still in bark, but I'm going to leave the name Alexander, Orchids by Alexander. He's in Latvia. Quite a different climate difference from what we have here. But his orchids look very healthy, and I love sharing anything about orchids, other people's channels, when I'm thoroughly amazed. I think I told you to go check him out before, but I'm going to say it again. He does not drill holes in his, but because he's a young, strong person, and, you know, some of us are in our 70s, so I can lift the vase and the plant, but I don't want to be turning it right upside down. So this way, I water it, regular watering day. I'll let it soak for 10 minutes. I can just run water through it, let it sit, maybe run again. But then I can tip it on its side, just like this. I don't have to be holding the weight of the orchid. I don't have to turn the orchid upside down. So, for some people that are getting a little older, it's a better thing. But I am loving these. And he just did a video, and he had a pyloric orchid. And as you know, I picked this one up in bark, put it in another pot. It's been repotted twice. It still has every flower, I keep saying this, every flower that I put on it. So even though I repotted in bark twice, it came in bark, and it's got a new leaf, another new leaf coming. It has lots of roots, and it's very happy in here. And this is the same thing. I have 3 holes. Jack doesn't like to work in 2s. He likes to work in 3s. So 3 holes, and instead of turning this upside down, I go like this, and the water drains out. It's not hard. That is why I have holes in mine. It's not waterculture. You're watering your orchids as usual. They're just in a different pot. And you know, I'm always open to education. I stay up with the news. I stay up with health news. I'm trying to look after everyone in our family, including our plants. So I had started going into the glass, and my traffic cones, now they do wonderful. They're happy, and none of them are going downhill, and they've been in these a long time, and I'm happy with them because we need something that holds humidity. I think the glass, like this heavy rubber from a traffic cone, holds that humidity in a little longer for us. So he uses bigger bark, which I used to like too. He's a good, my goodness, his orchids are amazing. So anyway, I'll quote his name, Orchids by Alexander, underneath this video in the description. And then the other thing, Jack looked up the Diamond Beast drill set. He bought one diamond drill bit for glass and porcelain, and he bought it at the hardware store, and he paid more for it. But you can go on Amazon, and you can get for $21.99 a 16-piece diamond drill bit set, which is what he uses, and he's still using the same one for the same size. And this last vase, it was very thick. The holes, it's an old vase. Pick a vase that, if you're going to drill a hole, you don't want real thin glass. So the holes in this one were pretty thick. And this is good thick glass. It's not going to crack too easily. And so don't look for one that's real thin. So anyway, we have a long narrow vase, and I have a bigger pot for the second one. So I think this one has the most roots. I'll probably put it in the big pot. And this one, now some were aerial roots, so I will be going back. But the good thing about the glass is I can see in there. So yes, I'm making a few different changes. This one has that long root, some of which had been sticking out. But, so what we want to do first is put a little bark in the bottom. I've been soaking my bark in Kelly Magic and seaweed extract because yes, it's made a big difference when I do that. At least 3 days. So I'm just putting bark in the bottom of this one, and I'm not going to put any beads and make it heavier or any glass, but what I'm going to do is sprinkle in some charcoal at the bottom because this is where the water will be sitting more often. And this is horticultural charcoal. And it will keep it sweet and if water sits there. So I did that with my terrarium, and it was a good idea because it stays really nice in there. Okay, so what we want to do is now I'm going to get these in here. Now some of these were aerial roots and some weren't, but I'm just going to slowly shake that down in there. You know what I need? A knit needle. Okay, we'll go down. There we go. A little on this side. So they're going to be getting light. You don't want any air holes, particularly. Pull it back out a bit. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, I need, what have I got that's long and skinny? It sort of is a knife, but the things I can get into, really. Jack's so good, he just, oh honey, I went to the thrift store And I said, I think I need another glass vase. Well, they're a lot cheaper than the porcelain orchid pots. Maggie? Actually, it's kind of like canning, getting out the air bubbles. Maggie? Oh, what I'm doing, you can't see, is I got this down the side of the glass and I'm pushing in and the bark is going down. So I'll do the same on this side. That way I'm not hurting any roots and I'm getting bark down in there. Maybe you could pick one that doesn't go in and narrow, especially if it's a young orchid, it'll be easier. I'm just trying to... Here comes somebody up the elevator. I hear something going on down there. I am having trouble because of this narrow spot, which I never considered this orchid having so many roots. But it's just patience at this stage. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. What's going on down there? I'm on a video. Is everything okay?
Well, you're on a video. Oh, yeah. I was looking for the camera over here. I see it's over there.
Yeah. I'm having trouble because this narrows like this and I'm having trouble.
Well, I told you about the shape before.
I know, but it is going. It's slowly going.
All right.
Yeah, we're just getting it.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting there, everybody. Now, if you have a newer, younger orchid, you're probably not going to run into that problem, but there you can see. Now this vase, mind you, this orchid had lots of roots. This is nice and round, worked out good, but I do have some others like the catasetum, and it has tons of roots in there. Tons of roots. I want to show you that. So the other one will be quicker. So we're getting there. I'm going to put some more in there. And you do want to keep your plant high. You don't want it down below. You want to keep the orchid itself. Now I'm going to go back in and do this again better, you know, believe it or not. If I see signs that I have to get in there, I certainly will go. But there was a lot of roots here. So there's one spot here I'd like to get some roots down. They do like airspace, but not big pockets of air. Place for roots to grow. What I will do is go out and look for a bigger, rounder pot and then save this for something smaller. But anyway, it's in there for now, and I think that's what I'll have to do. But you catch me doing these things and learning. I may go back and pick at it. But yeah, I think I need a bigger pot. So it's in there for now. Okay, now this is a pot that I've had a long time. And it's a normal one. It's a regular flower pot with the same drill bits. Jack drilled all these holes in a normal flower pot. And the roots won't stick because it's glazed inside and out. And when it's glazed inside and out, it also helps with humidity. So what we want to do is put some bark in the bottom. So there. I put quite a bit in. I soaked enough bark because I knew they were big, but I didn't realize, I mean, how come with all those roots, yet they were still suffering, so they were just not happy being together, but they're still around each other. So this will be going easier, and we'll be back to repot this glass one when I find a glass pot that's a little bit bigger. So we'll watch. This way we can watch how the two are doing. The one in the glass pot and this one. But this has so many roots. Even in this pot it has a lot of roots, which is a good thing. So, you know, it just shows you for some reason. You know, and I did, like I said in the other video, I did switch fertilizer. And I know the new fertilizer was making a big difference, or these last leaves would not be better, they'd be worse. So some things are good. Well, this is going quicker, but I think I definitely need a wider pot for that one. I'll be looking around for one, and when I find one, we'll put it in. And we'll use that for another one. So, this is good. So what I'm going to do is just put that down there. This was my water. I was soaking the bark in. I'm just going to make sure I get all the bark, and also it gets a watering that won't hurt it. So there we go. I got more bark. Yes, that fits all those roots. I went out, this is the only big pot I had. I went out, I keep my pots out in the gazebo, and I just could not find a big pot. But I never expected so many roots, which is a good thing. So we'll be watching these guys because they go through the winter and see if they flower better than they did. They just didn't flower as good as the other orchids last year, and as good as they had done other years. So it's nicely put in the bark, and this one will be fine. And I have a real mess in the sink. Of course, I always do. My nickname used to be Messy Bessie. And these were the roots that came off of this. Let's see. So there was quite a few roots that were not good, but not gooey, not good. They're dry. So they had been like this for quite some time. So this will all go in the compost. And I want to show you the roots. I'll have to just move the video for a minute, and we'll come over here. Yes, because this it definitely wasn't a good idea. So learn from me, when you look for that vase, you're going to need a little more thicker for a really big root orchid. So okay, and here I want to show you. Okay. So these guys, they're doing terrific. We always look at them. And this spike is coming along really nice. But what I want to show you is the Carolynorchidfriends. I started looking. Now this would have been a good shaped pot for a big orchid, but look at all the roots. And they're way down inside. They're way down here. And you can see them making their way down. So I'm getting lots of root. And it's very healthy, so I'm hoping for flowers. As you know, I've never had one before. So anyway, that was fun. I'll get down on my knees. And the sky is blue today. Like, we have sunshine. We had a half a day of rain. It really rained. And it was down to in the 50s last night. So we're like warm in the day, cool at night, which is really good. And we had a heavy dew on the lawn this morning, but still we need more rain. But it is cooler, which is helping the forest fight. So it was fun. It's always fun learning, and we'll be back again because we have to talk about dendrobiums. So have fun and experiment and enjoy life. Bye for now.